Magsasnap back.
No.
Nakakakilig.
It's another Tuesday at nandito na naman po kami. Ako po ang inyong Tsaastrologer na lemon na si Bern.
And I'm your astrologer na Sagittarius na si Inye.
At ako ang inyong Tsaastrology na itlog na si VP. And welcome to
Tsaastrology,
Astrology.
the podcast. Now with food.
Yeah, so welcome to the show where we talk about anything and everything under the sun, moon, and stars. So whether you're a Cancer or a Libra or an Aquarius, we'll talk about you and your sign when the time comes. Kung kailan yon, ang universe lang ang nakakaalam. So, ano
Baka
nga ba
next
ngayon, universe? Oo. Tingnan natin. Sa susunod na Tuesday, yata.
And
Charot.
lipat bahay na naman tayo. It's another
Yes,
naman?
ang dami naming
Bahay na naman.
house. Yes.
Weekly lumilipat kami. Diba?
Oo, diba? Oh, preselo who?
Diba? Ito naman po sa ano to?
Sa
Ano tawag doon? Yung malapit Ateneo.
Loyola Heights.
Loyola Heights. Yeah.
Nalibigan.
Sa Loyola Heights naman to.
Oo. So, ang topic natin today is the fourth house. It's a 2-story, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom na
Hindi malapit sa Ateneo. Yung Cruz na Ligas.
Bakit? It makes sense. Malapit naman ang KNL doon
Oo nga. Di ba? Malapit din yung sa UP. Di ba?
Oh, that was our hood before.
Talaga? Sa KNL ka?
Ha? Hindi, tambay
Sa
lang
KNL
ako
ka?
na KNL.
Ako din actually.
Oo. Ako yung dayong nangaaway doon na Akala mo, hindi masakit yung sinabi mo? Napatay gutom ako?
Yung palapate. Diyos ko.
I was that bitch. But anyway, totoong fourth house. Ano na to? Totoong fourth house natin. It is the house of family and home. So, tunay na bahay. Ganon.
Bahay ng family and home. House of home.
Oo. Diba? Parang the house of home.
Well, the house can,
Sabi
sometimes
nga
a
nila,
house
the
cannot
house-
be a home.
Oo. Diba? And sometimes a home isn't a house.
It's where the heart is.
Labo-labo na.
Inaantok ba tayo?
Yes, the usual sabaw.
Sabaw na. Kailangan ng pampagising. Ganon.
It's not necessarily a home, and a home is where the spark is.
Alam mo, kailangan natin ng kape. Charot. Speaking of kape, pa-segue lang ako.
Oo nga.
O, diba? Ready siya.
Prepared siya.
Hindi. Oo, binigyan tayo. Well, ako, soon bibigyan na rin kayo. Dadating na sa inyo, okay? Binigyan na all ng friends natin from Auto Bar ng cold brew nila na nakabot.
Taray.
In fairness, malamig-lamig pa siya. Sana all?
Yeah.
Okay lang yan. Gising ka naman na daw. Mulat ka naman na daw, Inye. So,
Sa bagay, hindi ko muna
Ayun.
sa katotohanan.
true. Ayan. Pero
Wait,
in fair, masarap siya. Na-try ko na. It's it has those like right notes. It's roasty and toasty and fruity. Ganun.
Ang alam ko lang yung time.
Nag-review. It's roasty, it's toasty, it's fruity with a hint of anato.
It's like, I can taste my mom's tinola in it. Connoisseur ka, girl. But, pero yun, nagpadala sila ng coffee and cocktails and a bunch of different things na, kasama dun sa see you soon kit nila. So yun, kung gusto niyo ng cocktails, coffee, or the see you soon kit, punta kayo ng auto.bar, that's OTO.bar. Tapos yun, nandun lahat. And you can just order right then and there. Ang sarap, guys, in fair. Walang walang halong chismis. Hindi po nila ako binayaran para sabihin.
Sayang. Dapat nagpabayad ka na.
Yun nga that was my chance.
Ano ba naman yan?
You had
I had one
shot.
job.
Okay,
Ayun.
sige, yan
Going
guys,
back.
if you want good coffee with notes of
Your mom's tinola.
vervain ganyan, or your mom's tinola and a little bit of nostalgia. So, and then auto.bar and
Yes,
order now.
auto.bar.
Yes.
Mhm. Yun. So, fourth house, the house of family and home, sabi, is commonly referred to as the house of home. Diba? Sabi
Pero
nga
yan,
ni
pareho na
Kamara,
naman tayo ng binabasa.
marami kasi tayong sources, diba?
Oo nga eh.
Oo. Itong binabasa ata natin ngayon galing kay Tita Tasing.
Oo.
Diba?
Chinika
Tita
rin niya
Tassie.
ako.
Oo. Yun, mahilig din yun sa kape ng auto. Sabi, it's commonly referred to as the house of home. When we think of home, we think of that place where we put down our roots. Or kung automatically nagko-connect yung Wi-Fi mo. So, we lay our foundation and plant ourselves firmly into the earth as it were. Tapos, we will return to the very same earth. The fourth house brings things full circle by also addressing old age, endings, and our final resting place. Hala, usapang death.
Hindi siya yung siguro hindi siya like yung literal na home or house. Like it's more of wherever or whatever
Makes you feel like home.
is yung parang comfortable ka, you're yourself, you're fine with that, ganyan, and you're seeing yourself as doing that forever and ever, ganyan. Parang ganon. Ayun nga, sabi nga dito sa isa na it's our deepest emotional core, our roots nga, sabi ni VP, and our genetic inheritance as seen through the family tree and our ancestors with all of their relationship issues, conflicts, fears, and dreams. Yan.
So, pati yung mga ninuno mo, ganon, kasama dito?
Yep. Lahat.
Yes.
The entire family root system. Ganyan. Hindi lang tree, root system.
As in lahat eh. So, pwede palang sisihin mo kapag yung friend mo medyo syusyunga-syunga. Tapos parang, ayan, tanga, nagpa-fall ka na naman sa pag-ibig. Yan, sisihin mo yan dyan sa lola mo sa tuhod na cancer in the fourth house. Ganon.
Blame everyone but yourself.
Oo, diba? Kasi pwede pala ninuno eh. Pero
more
din?
like, more like it's your relationship with that. Like your ancestry. Like how do you see your ancestry siguro, ganun. Or how do you value or not value, ganun. Where you're from.
Parang how your parang family affected the way you feel or something.
Parang
like
ganun,
oo.
Parang where you're from, what you did.
Ano ba?
As long as you love me. Medyo may 2-second delay yun.
Inano ko nga blinoses ko pa, sabi ko, familiar yun, pucha, kanta yun.
Yeah.
Dahil available na pa ang music plus talk ng Spotify,
yes.
I-insert na namin yung part na yon.
Well, in fair, medyo hawig ka ng isang DSD ngayon.
Ng ano?
Sino?
Meron laging naka-bonnet doon eh.
Si Kevin?
Sabi,
Kevin
I
ba yun?
think maybe, I'm not sure. Basta isa sa Backstreet Boys.
Teka
Or
nga.
the one with the weird na na facial
Oo,
hair.
basta yung lagi, yung may facial hair. Ay,
Yeah.
hindi, si Kevin nga ba?
Hindi, yung lagi may mahilig sa hat.
Mm.
What's
Si
his
Kevin
name?
nga, yung may yung may
Di ba si
facial hair.
Howie?
Severino?
Oo. Hindi, si AJ pala. Sorry, AJ.
Oo nga, AJ. Oo. Yun, but anyway, going back. Napunta tayo sa Backstreet Boys and Music and Talk. Oo. Na every Thursday, by the way, meron tayong mga tibag episodes na Music and Talk versions na. So, pakinggan nyo yun. Kasi masaya. 'Di ba? Yan.
Wala kaya.
So, kakatapos
Wala pa
lang
akong nagagawa
kaka-ere
eh.
lang. Kailangan mo nang gawin kasi kinumit ko na.
Oo. Ayan na po.
Oo. Ako na lang magse-set up, bigay mo na lang sa akin yung audio. Ayan. So, going back, when we speak daw of our personal emotional basis for satisfaction, we are definitely speaking about our fourth house. So, not only does it say everything we need to know about our upbringing or the home that we grew up in, it also points out the most important issues we have built in relation to the parent of opposite sex. So, pati manugang, is that right? Yun ba yung tawag sa in-laws?
Hindi.
No.
Parent, diba? So,
Parent of the
magulang
opposite
mo.
sex.
Kunyari,
yun.
lalaki ka.
Akala ko
So, I
like,
think your mom, is that it?
Oo.
ganon.
You're a guy.
You're a
Akala
guy,
ko
you're a
yung,
mom.
You're a
Ano
girl.
bang bakla
akala ko
ka?
yung
It's both.
both.
It's both.
Kaya ba
kasi
tayo laging may daddy issues?
kung bakla ka, it's both. Kasi yung most common experience is wala kang home.
Oo.
Hindi ka tanggap. And,
Which is,
kaya wala.
which is now like these the kids now, or kahit tayo naman, are lucky to have a generation of parents that are more understanding and
True.
open. Although not everyone gets that, sabi nga ni Bern
Yeah.
kanina, home naman can be elsewhere.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be your family, diba?
Yeah.
It could be the family you found along the way. Wow, may inspiring shit.
Maybe
Ayan.
the treasure is the family we found along the way.
Oo, ganyan. Maybe the real treasure, ganon. Ayan. Ikaw, may nasagap ka ba dyan? Meron din ba sinabi si Tita Tassie sa'yo?
Kasi yung binabasa ko pa lang yung binasa mo. Andun pa ako nakafocus eh. Nawala ko
yung next paragraph, hindi ko pa nasasabi.
It is the house of heritage and all things we hold dear, and we will often see people with accented fourth houses as collectors who stick to their routine and have a certain fear of change deeply rooted in their need to stick to peaceful, homey feelings and choices.
Yeah. Good thing you said yung routines, kasi sabi nga dito sa sa source ko na it's your house of habit and your connection to the core of the earth. Kasi parang kung ano yung sanay ka. Kasi ngayon yung
yung comfort
that's where you're
zone
comfortable.
mo.
Your comfort zone. It's very familiar with.
Ayan. Tapos it's the house that relates to the sign of Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Because yun din, Cancer is all about the home, the family, and stuff like that. Ganyan.
Safety.
Mga Tupperware.
Comfort.
Ganyan. Basta everything that's inside the shell and makes you feel safe and secure. Ganyan. Yan.
True. Kayo ba, meron kayong placements in the fourth house?
Let me check.
Ako isa lang eh. Yung Pluto in Scorpio in the fourth house. So, mamaya malaman ko kung ano ibig sabihin ng the fourth house in Scorpio. No?
Oh my God. I have Saturn and Uranus in Sagittarius in the fourth house. At ang fourth house ko ay Sagittarius.
Wala akong
Oh.
placement. Though my fourth house is in Taurus.
Your fourth house
Pero
is
wala
in
kang Taurus.
Pero wala kang
Wala
planet.
akong planet. Yeah, sorry.
Wala kang Taurus placement.
Wow.
Yon. Pero ano ka pa rin? Fourth house in Taurus ka.
Yes.
So that means ako fourth house in Scorpio, si Bern fourth house in Sagittarius.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Tapos
Pero-
meron akong Saturn and Uranus. Medyo generational to shit. Kinakabahan ako. Sige, game.
Oo nga eh, medyo far off yung sa atin eh. So, sige,
Oo.
simulan natin sa fourth house in Aries. Ang sabi dito, having the fourth house in Aries is it often speaks of impatience of the parent of opposite sex when the chart owner is still a baby.
What?
Bata pa lang demanding ka na, ganon. So, hindi, ikaw, kung yung fourth house mo is in Aries, during your baby years, baby face,
Baby face.
during your baby phase,
Imagine ko like 2 years old ka, tapos this is just a face.
exactly.
Mom, this is just a face.
This will pass, okay? Hindi, pero yun nga daw, it speaks of impatience of the parent of the opposite sex. So, kung lalaki ka na baby in fourth house in Aries, demanding ka sa nanay mo. Impatient ka
Baliktad.
towards your mom.
Yung mom mo yun, ano?
Yung mom mo
yata
yung-
yung impatient.
Yeah.
So you feel the pressure from your parents.
Yes.
Baliktad ako today, ah.
You
Oo.
feel the pressure kasi lagi kanyang parang bilis, ganyan. Ano na, ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Nasaan
Anak,
na?
grow up.
Ganyan.
We need you to work.
Oo.
Asan na yung biodata mo? Biodata.
Anak, you're my investment. You're my retirement plan.
Anak, you're already 6 months old. You should be investing in your life plan right now.
Yun ba yung ano? Yun ba yung mga ano? Yun ba yung mga openings, yung mga job openings na kailangan ng ano, like 10 years experience pero graduate.
Oo, pero fresh grad.
Graduate mo lang. Oo. Open for fresh grads, looking for people with 10
Oo.
years experience. Ha?
Ganon. Oo. Diba? Anak, dapat ikaw, head chef ka na dapat. You're already 3 years old.
Anak,
Nakinig
kasi
ka kaya sa
pag-grad-
ano?
Anak, kasi pag graduate mo, kailangan nila nung may experience. So, kailangan magtrabaho ka na
Oo.
ngayon.
Exactly. Anak, alam mo ba nakatapos ka ng 4-year masterclass course habang nasa sinapupunan ka pa?
Or sila yata yung pag ano, no, pag inutusan, minamadali.
Oo. Bili kang toyo sa kanto. Asa na? Ang tagal. Agad.
Bilisan mo! Mga ganyan. Okay, ano pa sabi?
Ayan. This is daw a sign of fiery emotional clarity, speed of decisions, and confidence one brought from their home and their upbringing. So yun nga,
Kasi nga.
dahil
kasi
pinipressure
nga-
ka ng magulang.
Oo.
Kasi in nature, kailangan mabilisan.
Oo.
Oo.
So ikaw, sanay ka na. Kasi
Mm-mm.
from your home, where you grew up, ganun na.
Oo, 'di ba?
Guys,
Sila yung
mga minamadali in life.
totoo. So sanay sila magmadali. Kapag tinanong
Nadadala
sila na
nila.
ano, kapag tinanong sila mahal mo o mahal ka, ganon. Sila yung sagot kagad, ganon. Walang
Hindi pa tapos yung tanong.
Oo.
Mahal mo. Yung mahal ako. Okay, question. Mahal mo. Yung mahal ka.
Sobrang bilis. pero ito yung sad part ha. Sabi, each imbalance here speaks of pain and hurt and even abuse or anger deeply seated in one's family tree.
Alam
so ito
nyo,
yung
Malalim.
Alam nyo,
Mm-mm.
feeling ko itong fourth house, dito dito natin madidiscuss yung pinag-uugatan ng mga trauma mo. ng
Mm.
everyone actually. Like
Oo.
what was something from your childhood that's that
That
you're
makes you that
carrying
yeah,
now as
that
a
makes you
Mm.
who
burden?
you are now.
Oo.
Oo.
It's something na kasi 'di ba nga ito yung deep roots. So ito yung
Oo.
deeply rooted stuff mo na nakasanayan mo na
Mm.
Which
yun
makes
ba?
sense because if this talks about family and really your relationship with your
Yes.
parents, a lot of it,
Oo.
and most of our issues usually stems from our
Yes.
experiences with
Especially
when
if
we
you're an
were
Asian.
growing with our
Oo.
parents. Normally,
Yeah.
that's where our
Mm.
issues usually
Yeah, especially if you're Asian and most
Yeah.
especially if you're Filipino.
Mm.
Yeah,
'Di
ayan.
ba?
So dito natin may explore
mga
yan.
mommy and daddy
Mm.
issues.
Oo.
Yeah.
Saka hindi lang mommy and daddy, even just parental figure issues.
Yeah, and then
Ah,
normally, yeah.
Oo. 'Di
yung
ba?
mga
Yung
tipong siguro yung takot mo ganyan, yung
oo.
mga
Kung bakit
kaya
ka
ka
ba
ganyan
tayo
kasi when you were a
mahiyain,
kid. Oo,
Mm.
bakit
ganyan.
hanggang ngayon single ka pa rin, hindi ka marunong magtiwala ng ibang tao,
Mm-mm.
gano'n.
May pinaparinggan ka?
Natatamaan ka ba?
If the shoe fits, 'di ba?
Yeah.
What? And if the shoe fits, buy it. It's on sale.
If the shoe fits, well, it was size 10, so sakto siya.
If the shoe fits, padala na lang po sa counter 15.
Mhm. Add to cart, check out.
If the shoe fits, add to cart.
Anyway, ito yung last part. Ano naman, ito, not necessarily exact description of the house or the home you were raised in, ha? Pero this could be how you perceived how you were raised. So, the people with the fourth
Mm.
house in Aries see their upbringing to for them or themselves to be raised in a loud home with a lot of conflict, both constructive and destructive, and gives as much energy to one's soul as it can take away. So,
Mm.
parang lumaki ka in a drained, very tense environment.
Nakakapagod ng fourth house in Aries.
Oo.
Parang
Diba?
gusto lang niya ng kapayapaan sa buhay.
Totoo. Ito yung mga can you just leave me alone?
Oo.
Oo.
I am very stressed right now. And I don't know why. Honey, it's your fourth house in Aries.
Blame it on astrology. Anyway, okay. Next house tayo. I mean, fourth house in Taurus naman.
Wala akong link. Ba't ganon?
The fourth house in Taurus.
Saan?
I'll send it to you later. Because the
Bakit
fourth
kayo may
house...
binabasa? Ako wala.
Ito na, isa-send ko na sa'yo.
Wala
This
po
is the
akong
lutang
module.
episode.
Ba't ganon?
The fourth house in Taurus. If the fourth house is set in Taurus, we see a natural position of care and physical devotion coming from one's parents. Although it can point out to the traditional or strict upbringing, it always provides one with a certain sense of comfort and joy that creates a strong, fixed basis for a satisfying life. So, sila naman yung minahal na talaga.
Oo.
Kami.
Sila yung hindi kinulang.
Yes.
Oo. Fourth house in Taurus ka, di ba, Enye?
Yes.
Oo. Antaray.
Hindi, parang ang reflection nito is, ikaw naman as yourself, ikaw na yung ikaw na yung ganun yung manifestation niya sa'yo na you're caring for others, you're devoted, ganyan, parang ganon. Tama
Oo.
ba?
Ito yung favorite ni Mama, ganon.
Pwede, oo. Tapos
diba?
ngayon, ikaw naman yung nang favorite, ganyan.
I'm trying to think of favorite ba ako? Parang hindi naman.
Needy ka lang daw.
Because
It
I
was
always
that.
say, ang mga bunso ay never spoiled because I was never spoiled.
That's what you think.
Hindi ako
I
spoiled.
can't relate kasi ano.
Only child ka kasi.
Oo.
Oo nga eh.
Um, only in
Wait,
the
si
case
Nick,
of Nikki.
sorry. Si Nikki ba, bunso? Ilan ba sila
I
magkakapatid?
think may ate siya eh, di ba?
May
Nasa
ate siya.
Japan.
Ah,
Oo.
Oo.
Dalawa
You
yata.
know
Ako
what?
lang siya.
Message na lang natin siya. But
Ako lang.
anyway, kasi bunso si
Ito
Inye,
nag-iisip
panganay
tayo.
ako. Oo, only child si Bern. So,
So, kailangan
ayun.
natin ng
Anyway,
middle
sige.
child.
Oo, we need a middle child.
Walang middle child.
I'll go Inye.
Only in the case of truly challenging position of Venus and the Moon can we presume that the person in question has an emotional debt to pay and has to deal with feelings of guilt and incompetence coming from their early environment.
Oh, so kung hindi
So,
maganda yung pwestuhan nung ano,
yeah,
nung Venus and
ng
Moon,
Venus and Moon mo,
gano'n naman siya.
parang
Guilt and incompetence.
yes.
Kasi you feel like you're not enough. Kasi nga,
Oo.
very loving and caring yung upbringing sa'yo. Feeling mo tuloy mataas yung expectations.
Oo. Or like hindi mo siya nasuklian, kumbaga.
Oo.
Kung yung feeling mo kailangan
Okay.
mo pang ibalik yung pagmamahal na
Oo.
naibigay sa iyo.
Parang ganon.
True.
And then and lastly, in most cases, this is a very warm position, enabling one to find beauty and see the world in color, as well as provide them with the ability to enjoy material reality and engage in practical matters in a healthy way. Parang swerte naman ng the fourth house.
Oo
Ito
nga.
naman yung fourth house yung Taurus. Oo. Walang trauma.
Parang sobrang favorable, yung pair.
Oo. Ba't lang masyadong
Parang hindi totoo. Charot.
pinabura ng universe naman to
Oo.
masyado.
In terms of people who, because sa bagay, lovable ako. So I can agree.
Says you.
Anong tawag doon? Hindi, anong tawag doon? Confirmation
Ayun,
bias.
Oo, diba?
Ano siya?
Tama siya. Maganda siya eh. So, tama. Maganda sinasabi. So, tama to.
So, feeling ko, I'll wait for yung kay VP. So,
Grabe ka.
pakak yung niya.
Ano nga yung fourth
niya.
house mo, VP?
Mag-advance
Scorpio.
reading ako.
Scorpio.
Oo. Ay, dapat di ko
Then
sinabi
eldest-
para di na.
Eldest daw si Nikki.
Eldest. So, parehas dalawa pala kaming panganay.
Wala pa rin tayo middle child.
Oo.
Hindi na naman
Ayan,
natin kailangan ng child dito.
Meron siguro, hindi lang napapansin. Lagi naman ganun eh.
Sila yung totoo. Ayan, okay. Ano yung
Middle
next?
child.
Bern, ikaw na.
The fourth house in Gemini. So, with the fourth house in Gemini, we can see the changeable and a bit unstable nature of one's home. So, very often, though, this comes as a root for a person's feeling of inconsistency, seen through possible dishonesty of their same-sex parent. So, for example, you're a guy, you're a dad. If you're a girl, you're a mom. Or the image of two fathers or two mothers that they cannot mend into one. Ito yung they have two different ideas or like versions of how they see their parent. Ganon. And hindi
So, parang-
nila ang tawag dito, mapagsama yung ideas na yun na isang person lang pala to, ganyan. Pero, yeah. But, fourth house in Gemini can be a very rewarding position, especially in the case when Venus is involved in the fourth house. Kasi very often represents two entirely different angles that are hardly brought into one point. And the row of opposing feelings, changes, and inconsistencies in one's emotional state. Parang hindi naman maganda yun.
Paano
Parang-
naging rewarding yun? Oo nga.
Pero since the
Rewarding?
sign of Gemini is the sign of communication, it carries a risk of certain lack of compassion coming from a parent who overly rationalizes a person's emotions and not giving them a chance to recognize
Mm.
and accept them as they are.
So ito nga yung mga tao na medyo hirap i-process yung what they should feel. Diba?
Mm-mm.
Kasi always nare-rationalize ng someone else. And they
Ito
have
yung ano,
never...
sila yung
Oh,
mga tumatawa in the most inappropriate times. Ganyan. Bawa nasa ano ka,
oo.
parang, may balita ko namatay si ano na.
Bakit yan?
Oo.
Talaga? Ganon.
Oo. They have the weirdest coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Oo, saka ano, ito nga yung so ano dapat mararamdaman ko? Ganon. Sila yung
Mm.
ano ngayon?
Tsaka ito
Ganyan.
rin, ito yung ano, yung keywords dito is yung sila yung mga people with feelings of inconsistency and ayun nga, lack of compassion
Mhm.
and overly rationalizes a person's emotions. Na
Mhm.
parang,
Medyo
siguro
mental.
nararamdaman mo yan kasi ganito, ganyan, ganun. Hindi, like, can you just like feel the thing? Ganon. You just feel the feeling and the emotion.
Mm.
Without rationalizing the thing, ganyan.
Oo. Gets ko na kung paano siya naging rewarding position. Na
Ano?
parang when you are in a situation where there are opposing feelings or inconsistencies in the emotional landscape, ganyan, hindi ka naguguluhan. Kasi nga to you,
Sanay ka.
parang,
Normal
oo,
yun
sanay
eh.
ka,
Oo.
oo.
Okay.
So parang
That makes
favorable
sense.
sa'yo yung magulong emotional state kasi parang wala ka ding deep connection to any of it. 'Di ba?
So, ito ba
So,
yung ano, ang ibig sabihin ba yung mga may fourth house in Gemini, sila yung mga okay lang sa mixed signals kasi sanay na ako dito.
yung mga,
Mixed
Sanay
signal.
sa mixed signals
oo.
kasi sanay na sila dyan.
Sila yung,
Ganyan.
na parang, Kebs, okay, ayaw mo, gusto mo, hindi mo alam, sige, bahala na. Ganon.
Mm.
'Di ba?
I weirdly feel at home with the mixed signals.
Sila yung pag sinabihan ng I love you, sabihin nila, wag, hindi, kailangan mysterious ka.
And that's so weird for them na parang ang direct mo.
Oo.
Diba? Ha?
What? You're never supposed to say that.
Parang,
'Di ba? Parang,
I can't process this.
I don't know. Charot was supposed to be our I love you. Bakit?
Kaya,
No, don't give
Ayan.
me attention. Mga ganun.
Ang hirap Medyo mahirap kapain yung mga fourth house in Gemini. Ayan.
True.
Okay, next house naman tayo. Fourth house in Cancer. So, this speaks of the connection one has to their family. Yun nga eh. Alam ko. Ba't mo
Mm-mm.
inuulit? Sinabi na namin. It is a house of inheritance in its core, and the sign of Cancer here gives an emphasis on family matters that came into one's life only to be resolved. Okay. This is a position of gratitude, incredible opportunity, and all challenges left in one's genes. Ikaw yung ikaw yung mag-aangat sa pamilya mo mula sa laylayan.
Oo. Ikaw yung
Ganon.
solusyon. Ikaw yung literal na ano, na
Na,
investment.
na retirement plan.
Na retirement plan. Okay, gets. Kasi sa'yo magiging resolution ng lahat ng family matters na. Oh my God.
Oo. Tapos,
Okay.
ang sabi din dito, emotional issues will be truly important and the heart often won't go where it's supposed to, simply out of the subconscious need to find what is left by other people, grandmothers and grandfathers who lost something, or were gone before their time. Ikaw nga talaga, problem solver ka ng
ka talaga ng
pamilya.
ano, ng
Ikaw yung
pamilya mo.
tagapulot ng
Oo.
ikaw yung
Oo.
tagapulot ng mga tira-tira, ng kalat, ganyan.
Oo.
At yun yung
Ganyan.
mamahal. Oh my God, ito yung ano.
Feeling ko ito yung nagre-revenge pag inalipos mo yung pamilya mo dati.
Oo,
Ikaw yung
Oo.
mananampal ng
yan.
pera eventually.
Oo.
Yan.
Ito
Magaling
yung,
level.
tatayo siya sa desk niya, tapos naalala mo, no, 8 years old pa lang ako. Ganyan. Hindi mo mapahiram si mama ng 1,500, tas ngayon, humihiram ka sa akin ng 15,000. Eto, 30, sampal mo sa mukha mo. Ganyan.
Oh my God.
Teledrama position. Pero, I think nga ito yung mga anak na, na, um, parang, kunwari may family business sila, ganyan. Tapos, let's say hardware, ganon. Wow, very, yes.
Feel shy.
Oo, let's go Philchai neighborhoods. Yeah, let's go Banawe, Binondo. Yes, this
Feel shy
area.
stereotype.
Oo. Sila yung mga ganon na parang papalakihin natin to, ganyan, 'di ba? From
Mm.
'di ba? From Paulitos Hardware Supply to ngayon CDR King, ganyan. Ganun yung
Ace Hardware, ganyan.
Oo, 'di ba? Tas grabe, the most important thing a person has to find with this position is the love of oneself and the ability to be gentle, slow enough, and filled with compassion for their own needs. It speaks of closeness with the parent of the opposite sex, but also speaks of the lack of it in a challenging setting, in the way it affected all close relationships one is able to build in their adult life. So,
Ay, eto yung may mga daddy mommy issues.
ito yung mga ito yung mga nung iniwan tayo ni Papa, alam kong sinubukan mong gawing lahat. Ganyan. Ako na bahala
Mm.
mula dito. Ganon.
Pero may
Diba?
levels naman ng fourth house in
Exactly.
Cancer.
At ngayon ang hinahanap naman niya yung mga father figures.
Oo.
Or figures of authority, ganyan.
Mm. Diba? So, mapapangasawa niya hasyendero. Tapos
Mm.
diba?
Buti kung
Yeah.
hasyendero, diba? Paano kung
Oo.
lang, dominant BDSM
Well, that's enjoyable in other aspects. So, I guess.
diba?
Win-win. Oo.
Parang hindi
Pero,
ko naranasan yung sinisinturon. I'm looking for it now. No!
Ayan. Pero very teledrama nga yung nila, no? Yung upbringing nila, ganyan. Pero, I think ito yun eh. These are the kind of people who really find motivation in their family. Na ito na yung literal
Mm-mm.
na pamilya ko ang buhay ko, gano'n.
It's
Kind of
there,
thing.
ganyan.
So, yeah. So, I think sila rin yung mga tao na dapat ma-realize na kailangan nila mahalin yung sarili nila
True.
in order to
Mm-mm.
live a better life, I think.
Hindi puro
Right.
hindi puro yung mo naman, like, family mo, ganyan. Yung mga, alam mo yung typical nga na teleserye na ginagawa mo lahat para sa pamilya mo, tapos magtira ka naman para sa sarili mo, ganyan.
Eventually,
Mm.
mag-realize mo na kailangan mo palang mahalin ang sarili mo. Ganun.
Oo.
Saka
Pak,
mo meet
diba?
yung destined for you.
Mm.
Okay.
Yung yung hasyendero / BDSM fetishist.
Daddy.
Daddy, literal.
Daddy.
Next house tayo.
Fourth house in Leo.
Fourth house in Leo. With the fourth house beginning in the sign of Leo, we see a line of proud and brave ancestors that led to the birth of this individual. Wow! Ang ang mga ancestors level, hindi pang daddy mommy lang. Oo.
Sino to si Merida sa Brave?
Oo, ito yung parang siya ang
proud and
nagmamana
brave
ng
naman daw. This can
Sino to? Sa How to Train Your Dragon.
Hindi si Toothless eh. Kasi siya yung dragon.
Yung may-ari.
Yung may-ari ni Toothless.
Oh.
Pwede kasi i-Google search, di ba? Bakit natin si
Hiccup.
Oo, si Hiccup.
Si Toothless. How to
Siya yung
Train Your
pinanganak.
Hiccup.
Hiccup.
As a Hiccup kasi nga line of siya, proud and brave ancestors.
Okay. And sabi dito, this can be wonderful or challenging for there is obviously an emotional push into one's world of character, confidence, and self-recognition. The sun has to be extremely strong in its dignity and aspects in order for this position to provide one with a sense of gratitude, confidence, and satisfaction.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fourth house in Leo becomes stronger if your sun has a good position.
Then what
Kumbaga,
is a good position?
like the sun, saan nga ba ang dignification ng sun? Leo yata.
Hmm. Isn't Leo ruled by the sun?
Yeah.
Taka. But I could be wrong.
We could all be wrong. I mean, come on. We're not experts. Charot. We're here to analyze.
Oh, it's dignified in Saturn. Ay, hindi.
Mm.
Mali. Sorry na.
Ano?
Ang gulo eh.
Okay, pero ano pa? Ano pa sabi sa fourth
Dignity.
house? Mm.
Dignity ng sun is, yeah, tama, Leo, and it is exalted in Aries. Ang debility naman
Okay.
niya, its detriment is in Aquarius and its fall is in Libra.
Libra.
So, Libra.
Libra.
Libra ba? Ayun, so either Leo or Aries, dapat yung position ng sun mo for your
Mhm.
fourth house in Leo to provide you with a sense of gratitude, confidence, and satisfaction. Mm. Parang
Okay.
na-activate siya.
Oo. Kapag yun yung position ng
Oo.
planetary alignments mo.
Mm.
Okay. May nabasa ko dito, sabi, ano, this position, basta personal satisfaction is deeply rooted in one's home and the relationship with a dominant parent that maybe didn't give them enough space to develop entirely healthy emotions.
Okay.
Okay. So ito nga yung rebellious anak. Ganyan.
Mm. Parang
So,
hindi ako na-explore or hindi ako nabigyan ng freedom to express myself.
oo. So now I
Ganon.
will.
Oo.
Okay. Okay.
My
Kaya
God.
pala,
The
mga batang
childhood trauma.
papansin.
The
Ito
childhood
yung,
trauma that you bring. Actually, when they're adults na, sila yun.
ito yung, I'm gonna do this for clout.
Oo, like, I'm a big boy now, or I'm a big girl now. I could do this.
My mom can't stop me on Instagram.
Mm.
And
Oh my
definitely
God.
not on my OnlyFans. Ay, bakit? Parang ang lalim ng iniisip niyong dalawa.
Wala lang, kasi nakaka-windang yung mga childhood trauma na explore dito.
Actually, lahat ng klase ng childhood trauma, no, na we
Oo.
possibly have at least experienced a little bit of. Pero
Mm.
parang feeling ko, habang nakikinig tayo sa isa't isa at habang nakikinig yung mga kati natin dyan, nare-realize nila na, oh my God, ito yung childhood trauma ko. This was it.
Oo.
Ganon.
And maybe, like, siguro kung alam nila yung fourth house nila and then they listen to the explanation and then, true. Tama.
Oo.
Ganon. True,
Kaya
Besh.
pala ako ganito. Ganon.
Oo. Iiyak na pala sila.
Oo, oh my God.
But yun. Okay, so gets naman. Basta, very Leo din yung signature nitong fourth house in Leo. Na parang, di ba?
You
basta
weren't
yan.
given the time to, or the opportunity to express yourself. But it could be a place of a Leo goodness. Like self-confidence, satisfaction, warmth, joy, ganyan. So, depende pa rin.
Depende naman sa, I think, manifestation niya na rin. I mean, astrology won't dictate naman your entire life, no? It's really how you interact with the universe and how the universe interacted with you.
Gabay lamang ito sa ating mga buhay.
Oo.
End of end.
Yeah. Pero at least, di ba, it gives you a better sense of why or ano yung pinagdaanan mo.
Yes.
Ah, okay, next tayo. Fourth house in Virgo, our dear Lemon, na nakatago ngayon. If you're watching this on YouTube, mukha talagang lemon si Bern kasi nakatago siya. Yung,
Screen cap nyo nga.
yung, sige, wait, ito. Ayan, naka-screen cap. Okay na, Bern, naka-screen cap na. Pwede na tayong mag-next.
Okay. The fourth house is in Virgo. It points out to the lack of something in their primary home. Huh? What's something?
Lack of something.
Basta may
Okay.
kulang.
Basta may kulang siya. Pero whether it's love or approval, there always seems to be something that needs to be fixed, changed, or nurtured in their soul, as if it was a bit damaged from the start. Okay, so yung mga fourth house in Virgo po, ito yung feeling nila palaging may kulang sa kanila.
Yes.
Palaging may mali. Palaging...
Lagi sila
Kasi nga, ito
they'll
yung
never be
self-critical.
feel complete. Lagi silang
Oo.
incomplete.
Mga self-critical, ganyan. Feeling nila hindi perfect, ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Tapos, it's not it's not a position that necessarily speaks of emotional hurt naman, but more of
Mhm.
emotional lacking. And the inability to reach the point of perfection in their emotional world that will finally allow you to be truly satisfied.
Kawawa din tong mga to, no?
Ito na. Very often daw na this comes as a consequence of a deeply cold relationship with the parent of the opposite sex, or a rational bond that leaves too much room for personal improvement, leaving one never satisfied with their own accomplishment. Okay, ito naman yung compared sa Leo na hindi ka binigyan ng freedom to express yourself. Ito, binigyan ka ng too much freedom na hindi ka ever nasasatisfy. Na feeling mo hindi ka
Oo.
patapos.
Ito yung
Oo.
parang, kahit first honor ka, valedictorian ka, sasabihin mo, hindi naman pupunta sila mama at papa sa graduation ko.
Or more like,
Ganon.
first honor ka pero, there's still room for improvement. I could still do better.
Oo.
Number 1 ka na, pero gusto mo number 0.
Oo. Pag binalik sa'yo yung test paper mo, tapos 99%, pupunitin mo pa siya sa bahay na parang, no, this is not allowable.
This is unacceptable.
Never enough.
Never.
Pero naman daw, in fairness, ang greatest thing na yung position na to, yung fourth house in Virgo, you have incredible intellectual strength and strong mental powers that you will be able to use probably until you die. So,
May pampalubag loob.
Oo.
matalino ka.
You
You
will never feel complete though. Pero
you'll never feel. May trade-off. No?
Oo. Parang, hindi mo mararamdaman ng tunay na happiness, pero matalino ka.
Pero matalino ka naman.
Oh my God.
Ito yung umiiyak sa inuman, tapos parang, hindi pa ba ako sapat? Matalino ka naman, be.
Pangit pa ako. Matalino ka.
Matalino ka.
Kaya mo yan, matalino ka. Gagawa mo ng paraan yan.
Dapat i-rename natin to the fourth house, the house of trauma.
The biggest house of trauma.
Kasi grabe to. Ang dami natin
Nakakapagod
pinaprocess.
Nakakapagod yung fourth house in Virgo kasi
Oo.
hindi ka nasa-satisfy ever. Like,
Siguro
ito yung mga, siguro, yung mga may fourth house in Virgo, nakakabuwisit kapag sila yung nag-aayos ng furniture sa bahay. It's never perfect.
Oo. This will never do.
Kaya hilahin mo na sila palayo kasi hindi sila
Ang Ariana Grande to, almost is never enough.
Oo.
Mm.
Almost there. Yan,
Sabi niya
ganyan.
nga, ito naman yung
Oh.
masyadong maraming freedom to that's why
Mm.
they're never satisfied. Okay,
Oo.
next.
Okay,
Next trauma.
next.
Next
Oo.
trauma.
Dun sa, ayan, halfway through na tayo. So, sa mga kati natin na nakikinig, no, we apologize in advance for any wounds that we opened dahil sa episode na to.
Alam mo, ang sagot dyan, sumulat po kayo sa Tsaastrology, dear Tsaa, para
Oo.
mapag-usapan natin yan.
Totoo
True.
yan.
Life
Saka that's
coach
the
kayo
point
ni
of
Inye.
That's the point of exploring your natal chart, even the houses. Kasi at least nalalaman mo yung mga, malay mo na-suppress mo pala to ngayong adult ka na. Diba?
Yeah.
Mm.
So ito, halukayin natin and come to terms with it.
Oo.
Guluhin natin ang buhay mo.
Mm-mm.
Tama. Diba? Hindi lang ube ang hahalukayin, pati trauma.
Mm-mm. Game.
Ayan.
Next
Next tayo,
childhood
fourth
trauma.
house.
Next childhood trauma.
Okay. Childhood trauma in Libra. Charot. Fourth house in Libra. Ayan. This is someone who carries a strong basis of their parents' relationship to their deepest core. So kung paano yung magulang mo, yun yung being mo. Wow. Okay.
Yung relationship ng both parents.
Yes.
To each other.
Yeah.
Yun yung dala
Oh,
mo.
I think that's how you,
I can see where
probably
this is
that's how
going.
you will see like a perfect relationship would be.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So, 'di ba? We understand that this is a person whose home was balanced and seemingly happy. Keyword seemingly.
Easily.
Sabi
But
na eh.
the main problem of Libra is the inconsistency of the image shown to the outside world and the true joy hidden behind it. This can be someone taught throughout their upbringing to always compare themselves to other people. Ayun na nga.
Oh my
Here we go.
God.
And
Ito
either
yung
feel superior or inferior depending on their success in life.
Ano ba yan? Bakit ganyan lang yung sweldo mo? Alam mo yung anak ng kumaring ganito yung course niya. Tapos, ganito na yung sinasweldo niya ngayon.
Oo.
Pero sa harap ng ibang tao na yung parents mo, oh my God, ang galing-galing ng anak ko.
Oo.
Pero,
The best yan.
pero pag behind closed doors, no? Ano ba yan? Ano ba yung ginagawa mo? Mga ganong level.
Oh my God.
Diba?
Oh my God.
Oo. Yung anak ni ganyan, salutatorian lang yun sa'yo nung high school. Mas malaki pa sweldo sa'yo. Ganyan. Oh my God.
Oh no, the trauma. I can relate.
Hindi, but kung ganun yung relationship ng parents mo, which is if they compare each other to other people, yun, mas lalo ka ngayong So, mas lalo kang natuto
Ganun
ngayon
ka
to
rin.
compare yourself. Oo. Grabe.
Depending.
Okay.
Either you're feeling superior na buti na lang ako, hindi ganyan. Ganyan.
Oo.
Or you're inferior. Ngayon. Buti pa siya. Ganyan.
Oo.
Which either way doesn't sound like a good thing.
It's not. Diba kahit baliktarin natin yung situation kanina, ang chinichismis naman sa nanay mo, uy, alam mo ba, yung anak ni Aling ganito, ganyan lang yung sweldo, doble yung sa'yo, anak.
Saka ayan yung yung
alam mo ba siya nagpunta ng Dubai?
Napakaliparot, ganon.
Oh, ganyan.
Hindi, kung sino-sino mga lalaki kasama, gano'n.
Oo, ganyan. Buti ka pa, tinan mo, 34 ka na, wala ka pang jowa. Yan ang anak ko.
Very Bakit? Parang ang passive-aggressive na.
Exactly. Me as a parent, I guess.
Very backhanded compliment.
But sabi naman, the good thing here often comes from the fact that one of the parents was calm and tactful, able to teach responsibility and basic manners that a person will be able to use to make progress in various fields of life. So in a case of good positioning of Venus and the Moon, this fourth house gives one the image of what their own marriage will be like, as well as the ability to sink into closest of relationships without fear of holding back.
Wait lang, isip ko kung bakit Venus.
Kind of like what I said earlier, na parang that the relationship of their parents, of the people in my fourth house in Libra, ayun yung parang image nila of what, of how a relationship should be or could be.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, ano din, at dahil, I guess, the good part of knowing how to compare yourselves to other people is that ngayon, you know where you stand when it comes to relationships, building relationships
Yeah.
with people. 'Di ba? So, wala kang
Ah,
fear na parang, oo, you
that's your
understand na this person
idea.
is, oo, na parang, okay, okay tong taong to, mas mataas siya sa akin, I understand that, and I will respect that. Or, 'di ba, sa akin siya nakadepende, gano'n. Parang it could sound selfish a little, pero you know how to fill in the gap
Mm-mm.
because you know how you compared yourself with the others. Okay, may good part naman, pero iba pa rin eh. Ibang sakit at ano
Laging,
eh.
oo, laging may ano eh, laging may may
Be compare.
trade-off.
Oo. Ayan. Okay, next house tayo. Ito na, Inye, ikaw na magbasa nito kasi fourth house ko to eh. So, let's
With the
see.
fourth house in Scorpio, we can see that the strongest ties to family that often aren't healthy and emotionally supportive. I'm sorry.
True.
I'm laughing because it sounds so
True.
bad. So parang, yay.
No, but that's true. Sige, tuloy, tuloy.
Scorpio is a sign that brings the moon to its fall, and such isn't in the best relationship matters to matters of family, parenting, upbringing, and closeness.
Ah, okay, gets ko na. Kasi ano, the fourth house is ruled by Cancer and the moon. Kaya laging moon
Mm-mm,
yung
mm-mm,
ano,
mm-mm.
pinagbabasehan. Okay.
The
Shit.
challenge of this position hides in the darkest, deepest emotion, ones we all try to dismiss, demean, and avoid. I'm sorry, I'm
True.
laughing because I can see VP in this.
No, that's me exactly. Like, I don't see it entirely as a bad thing, but I think na-mention ko naman na to before na kami ng family ko, like, we're really, really close with each other, but it's very transactional. It's not, hindi siya yung lambingan kind of thing. Like, pag nagfa-family movie night, ganyan, hindi kami magkakatabi sa couch, sharing one blanket, ganon. Hindi. Bala ka, umorder ka sariling pagkain. Basta ako order ng chowking. Ganon. I
Pero
mean, we're
magkakasama
close.
kayo. Oo.
Oo. Hindi, pero we're close. Like, lagi kami
Mm-mm.
nagchichikan sa group chat. Ngayon, now in this situation nga that I'm in, eh, parang, we're actually kind of closer than ever. The
Because
fact
you're
that
all
we're all apart.
quarantined.
Oo, kasi we're all like apart from each other. So ngayon, like, group chat, laging maingay yung group chat namin, kung ano-ano sinishare namin sa isa't isa. But hindi siya driven by emotion. Which,
Mm-mm.
depende naman din sa'yo to see whether it's a good or bad thing. Okay, tuloy. Mamaya natin i-analyze further.
Um, the people down in with fourth house in Scorpio um, has to find a way to forgive, forget, and turn to the future instead of staying tied to the past or to negative emotions that have to be let
True.
go. This is one of the
True. That is so me. And I think na-overcome ko
meron
na
mag-let
yun. Which,
go.
kaya ako happy kasi parang na-overcome ko na siya. I love this. Charot, I'm
Oh
enjoying.
my God.
Let's go open up more traumas.
This is one of the strongest and most challenging positions we can have in our chart and speaks of the search for true unconditional love one must find within in order to be truly happy. Once they find a constant reason to smile, these people become the root of the strongest emotional connections imaginable. Wait,
Last sentence, last
wait,
VP.
sentence. Meron pa,
wait,
meron pa.
yeah,
There's
yeah, I
more.
see this and the middle is like, so you. Until daw na mahanap mo yung taong yun na magmamahal sa'yo unconditionally. Until then, they are easily manipulated, held too close to home, and dissatisfied, while unaware of the reason for their negative feelings.
Oh my
I
goodness.
was red to filth.
Your search for true unconditional love must find within, not from
Mm-mm.
other people,
Mm-mm.
Not from other people.
not from jumping from one relationship to
To
another.
another. I guess that is why I ended up that way because
Oh my
parang
Yeah.
God, so forever ka maging single.
Hindi naman,
hindi
i-overcome mo na to.
naman na-overcome naman na siya kasi yung first half na overcome ko na eh. Because to be honest, yung yung find a way to forgive, forget, and turn to the future instead of staying tied to the past. Yung part na yun, alam ko naman, I could say proudly and with confidence. Charot. Then, na-overcome ko na siya in a way because, ganun nga eh, medyo lately lang ako natuto to live in the now. And to
Mhm.
actually parang, yung to stop planning without doing anything, without parang moving forward. Kasi nga, I'm stuck in the past. 'Di ba? So it's I guess it's also good advice for everybody na if you're trying to plan your life but you don't find yourself living in the moment, then wala yon, tali
What's
ka
the
lang din
point?
talaga. Oo.
Mm.
You're just tied to your plans. So doon na lang tayo sa other half. So kung meron po dyan magiging reason for or my constant reason to smile, no? Paki-text na lang ako 097
Well, hindi naman sinabing, ano eh, walang sinabi kung person siya eh.
mm.
'Di ba? Malay
Basta a
mo,
reason.
oo, malay mo pera, ganyan. Constant stream
Ay,
of money.
that would be like a constant reason to smile for me. I mean,
'Di
come
ba?
on. Right?
'Di ba? So, hanapin mo na lang kung ano 'yon.
Who needs true unconditional love? I'm rich, bitch. Ganon.
This is unconditional. May hawak kang ano, 1,000 pesos.
Oo.
Hindi siya nagre-react. Kahit
I
ipamigay
have
ko
found
siya,
true love.
kahit ipagpalit ko
Hindi.
siya, kahit i-break ko siya.
Kahit saan ko siya yayain para kumain, okay lang sa kanya.
'Di ba? That's unconditional, Char. Oh my
Okay.
God. Super
Next.
red to
Ayan na.
filth. Ako naman ang i-read to filth
True.
nyo ngayon. My
Your
house
turn.
is in Sagittarius. Sige, go VP.
Sige. With the fourth house of Sagittarius, it is not exactly easy to feel at home wherever one tries to settle. This is one of the predicaments leading to a life abroad, often because there was a distance and space in their upbringing that makes it impossible to incorporate their beliefs into the country they were born in. Well, aren't we all now just fourth houses in Sagittarius? Because like,
No, but seriously, ano, legit. Kasi I've
mm,
always thought of living in a different country, specifically Iceland. So,
Dior.
ooh,
mm-mm. Well,
fun.
pabago-bago siya. Iceland, Norway, or New Zealand. But it's always been that um, dream. Or it's always that mentality. Although hindi ko siya pa ginagawa
Na-realize.
ang tawag dito, in-actionan or something. But
Mm.
it's there. Like
Yeah.
if I had the means, fly na tayo sa Reykjavik.
Oh,
So,
girl.
walang kaabog-abog. Plak.
Exactly. 'Di ba? And if I were you, like I'd join along. I'll build like a Filipino restaurant that serves adobo flakes.
In
Diba?
Reykjavik.
In Reykjavik. And people will be like, what the fuck is adobo flakes? And just eat it. It's good. Ganon. But yeah, next. Satisfaction is found through education and traveling. Yes, very you. And the person with the fourth house here has to remain true to moral and emotional imperatives in order to be happy.
What does that even mean?
Exactly.
No, yeah.
This is almost always a beneficent.
Mm-mm.
What is that? I
Yung
don't know that word.
kabaliktaran ni Maleficent. Yung sister niya. Sa
Kasi
Beneficent.
beneficent. It's an
Ang lalaki
adjective.
Maleficent.
Means benevolent, generous, or
Mm-mm.
doing good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Interesting. My dictionary ngayon sa iPad ko, by the way, is sideline, not only gives me in the English uh, results, binibigyan na rin akong Thai sa Korean results as if I'm that good in the language already. Not yet, honey. Charot. But
May
anyway,
translation.
oo. And this is almost always a beneficent, strong starting position with enough wealth and width to support one's emotional growth. Kaya hindi mo pa nare-realize kasi nga,
Oh, kasi wala yung wealth eh. Give me
however,
that and I'll
and
emotionally mature.
yeah. Para pag sinabihan ka, Burn grew up naman emotionally, penge pera.
Grew up naman emotionally, may 10,000 ka. Wala. Huwag
Wala.
mong mag-demand. Huwag ka mag-demand.
Oo, sabi
You
ng
can't
fourth
afford
house
it.
ko.
You can't afford it. Don't ask it from me.
Huwag mong sabi.
Okay,
Okay.
itong next.
Last. Wait, last. However, it can detach their heart from true emotional satisfaction and turn them into philosophical and mental issues instead of giving them the ability to find their place. Whatever the cause, this is a strong guiding point to discover the entire world is our home, not just the couch we choose to sit on.
The world
Girl,
is my address.
mm-mm.
Mm.
You heard
House pa
that?
lang to, ha? House pa lang
Oo.
to. It's gonna be compounded by the planets. In my
Oo.
fourth house. Mamaya babasahin ko yan. Sige.
Pero yun yung pinakamahirap kasi when you detach yourself or your heart from true emotions, it becomes philosophical and mental issues. Na, instead of giving
I
you,
mean, I mean, why do we really love? Like, what is it? Like, what are what are
What is the concept of
connections?
love?
Oh, like
oo,
what's the benefit of this in life? Ganyan. How come there are others
wala.
who can survive without it? Mga
Mm-mm.
Ayan na
So
siya.
yun, forever burden mo na yan, ganyan.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Ikaw naman, Bern, next natin, fourth house in
Dahil
Capricorn.
dyan, the childhood trauma in Capricorn. Eto ha, hindi sa akin ganito, nakasulat to dito. There is no reason to make it prettier than it is. The fourth house in Capricorn is never easy. In the best possible scenario, this is a position that gives one the ultimate faith in the universe and a strong connection to a deity. But with a deeply seated need to take responsibility, this is an individual who often takes too much of it, usually grabbing some for every mistake made by their parents.
Lahat ng kasalanan ng magulang nila sila yung sasakit.
Inako niya. Inako niya. And this is a typical position that gives one the sense of guilt for wrongness they suffered at home and creates a lot of pressure and coldness in one's emotional world. This satisfaction and the strict regime at their primal home can give a strong foundation for the tenderness and love in the family they create, in fairness naman.
Mm.
And this is the most beneficent use of such a position, however hard or challenging it might get. So, despite the whole thing, kumbaga parang ang nangyayari, the stuff that you experienced when you were a
Mhm.
child, eto naman ngayon yung iiwasan mo in your own family.
Ah,
Kumbaga, yun na yung
oo.
nagiging ano niya, nagiging beneficial effect niya sa'yo.
Mm.
But, other than that, tagasalo ka ng
Saan
Problema.
mo
taga-ako
ang
ka
mundo?
ng
Saan mo ang
problema ng
mundo?
pamilya mo.
Totoo, yun nga tama si Inya, pasan mo ang mundo,
Mm.
gano'n.
'Di ba?
Or pag
Yung
na-typo ka,
utang.
pasas mo ang buong mundo.
Na-imagine ko.
The world is your raisin.
Hindi, pero yun nga, ito yung tipong may utang yung family, yung parents mo, ikaw na sumalo, ikaw na nagbayad.
Mm.
Mm.
So ito yung mga
Ganyan.
ito yung mga anak na talagang susubukan ng universe.
Tsaka malala to kasi whatever wrongness or parang bad things that you suffered when you were a child at home, you feel a sense of guilt for it. Like you're saying na kasalanan ko rin. Ako
Mm.
din naman yung parang ako rin yung mali, kaya ganon. But most of the time siguro hindi naman actually, ganyan.
Yeah.
So,
So,
ang sama nito kapag like when you have the fourth house in Capricorn and you were abused as a child, and then you blame yourself.
you end up blaming yourself for it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Ang
Ang hirap
hirap ng fourth
nun.
house in Capricorn. Oo nga, it's never
Oo.
easy.
House of
Unless you
trauma
Kasi,
could,
talaga to. No?
unless you could somehow get over this
mhm.
trauma and avoid the same thing from happening
Yeah.
in your own family naman. Kumbaga,
Mm-mm.
yun yung inspiration mo na I'm gonna create a loving and
Caring
very caring
environment.
family. Ganyan.
Mm. I think ano din the better side of this naman is you know, this builds a person who's really motivated to overcome hardships. Ito yung
Yes. Totoo.
talagang taong matapang, palabang,
Palabang.
Oh,
palaba,
man.
palaban.
Palabang Muntinlupa.
Oo. Palaban, saka
Palabang Town
matibay.
Center.
Ganun. Oo, palaban. She's like very palaban kaya. Sorry.
Palabang Town Center.
The Kanye slipped
TC.
out.
Pero yes. Totoo yan. Nasanay ka na eh. Na,
Mm.
kumbaga parang,
No.
and you're okay with it. Parang,
Yeah.
As long as you
God.
don't give up.
Oo.
Yes.
Sana lang din, you know, children who grew up in that kind of environment, that kind of household, also know na, you know, hindi lang ikaw naman yung magsasolve dyan. There's an entire world out there and there are
Yeah.
people that can help you.
And it's
Diba?
not your fault when you were, if you were abused. You were a
Never.
kid.
Never your fault.
Diba?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Grabe, ang dark nitong episode na to.
Diba? The childhood trauma.
Oo, I feel like crying after this.
Pero wait lang, I
Mm.
take it back na mas mabigat yung childhood trauma ng 4,000 Capricorn kesa sa Virgo.
Oo. Mas grabe pala yun.
Mm-mm.
Yung Virgo is just, lang parang through the standards na sinet mo sa sarili mo. Ito talaga parang self-blame eh.
Self-blame, mabigat to.
Oo.
Okay, next.
Okay, last two, Inye. Go for Aquarius.
The fourth house in Aquarius. With the fourth house in Aquarius, a person always seems to be in search for consistency. This is a signal where there was This is a signal there was a lot of moving and changes at a young age, or points out to the importance of the divorced parents went through while they were still in the phase of emotional recognition with their child.
Chat. Isa pa to. So like there are a lot of changes and movement in your younger life na ngayon naman nagma-manifest siya of you wanting for something consistent. Something na hindi nawawala agad.
Something you can actually take comfort in.
Oo. Na alam mong ito siya, stable, andyan siya, hindi siya mawawala. Ganyan. Whew! Sige, next.
It's turning darker and darker.
I know. The greatest satisfaction here is found through personal freedom, and it is not always easy to incorporate it in one's relationship. Dominant roles of their partners, managers, superiors of any kind, or any independent or any society that they are trying to fit into. Emotional independence and clarity are unimaginably important, and without them, there is no basis for personal happiness and satisfaction.
Chat, ito na nga yung kasi So you always see everyone as fleeting.
Lagi,
Oo.
feeling mo lagi kang
So,
iiwanan. Oh my God.
oo. So you're more happy through your personal freedom, your individuality, na ikaw lang.
Mm.
Ako, at least ako
Mm.
sarili ko, hindi ano,
Oo.
parang hindi ako
Yung fear
iiwan.
of
Ako to eh.
abandonment.
Yes, yun yung trauma mo dito.
Abandonment issues.
Oh my
The
God.
I was
abandonment house in Aquarius.
I was not ready for this episode. I'm so
Ako
sorry.
din. And to think we started sabaw.
Oo. And now like
Holy crap. So, ang mga fourth house po in Aquarius, just in case you have, maybe you have abandonment issues and you always
mhm.
think that everyone is not gonna stay. And if
That's
someone
tough.
does stay, it's a weird feeling for you.
It's
Mm.
very questionable for them, no?
Uh-uh.
Parang, hindi mo totoo to eh.
Oo, it's hard for
Mm-mm.
you to believe if anyone ever feels the same way you do.
Oo,
Parang
nandun
ganon.
always yung fear, no? Na,
Oo.
for example, there's someone who comes into your life. There's always that fear that they would
No
go and
matter
leave
how
you.
good it is, no?
No matter how
Mm.
good it is.
Ah.
Oh my God!
Oh my god.
Okay pa ba kayo? Yung mga
Hindi na.
listeners natin. Okay pa ba?
Kami hindi na kasi. Parang,
Nakakaloka tong episode.
Oh my God, wait, yung last sentence, mas malala.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Keep in mind that this is someone who needs to find something constant and satisfying in changes, riots, ego battles, and their own differences, while the state of inner peace is reached through the most unusual method.
Oh my God.
akala ko,
Radical.
akala ko masama na yung 4,000 Scorpio ko. Honey.
We're okay
Honey.
compared to this.
Oo.
Oh my God. The journey it took.
Oo. Ang bigat nito.
Okay, so yung mga may fourth house po in Aquarius, virtual hug sa inyo.
Oh.
Oo. Actually, a lot na naked virtual hug because you're probably as traumatized as we are by
Yes.
now.
Oh my God. Parang kailangan
Grabe
natin ng
pala
therapy
to.
after this.
Oo. Hindi pa life coach.
Life coach si Inya, hindi siya psychiatrist.
Oh, but
okay?
seriously, this is so heavy, ha? I mean,
It
Oo.
is.
ang hirap kaya if you have fear of abandonment.
Totoo.
Because
Like,
you
you could
always
never be...
you
There's
always
always this,
question people. Yeah.
there's always this
Oo.
nagging feeling at the back of your head na ang saya mo ngayon, pero hanggang kailan?
Yes,
Oo.
actually.
Oo.
Ganon.
Ito yung
Hirap
mga
yung-
nagsasabi nung high school na tawa ka ng tawa, iiyak ka mamaya. Yun.
Oo, ganyan. Feeling nila laging may kapalit
Kapalit.
na hindi maganda.
you
Moving
need to-
on.
like
Okay.
constant anyway.
Oo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dear Tsaa
last
people,
trauma.
dear Tsaa.
Let's move on sa last
Totoo.
childhood trauma in Pisces.
The fourth house in Pisces and speaks of family secrets and shady ancestors that have done who knows what.
What? What is this?
However, this can sometimes simply speak of the lack of clarity of emotion one receives in their primary environment. It is the image of a parent who wasn't there while at the same time idealized, giving the person a constant feeling of not belonging, abandonment, and distracting, changeable emotions.
Sa pa to?
Huh.
Okay, ito yung like, wala man dito yung papa or mama mo, mahal na mahal ka nila. Ganyan.
Oo.
And then, you're confused. Kasi, if they love me, why are they not here?
Bakit wala
Oo.
sila?
Bakit wala sila?
Bakit wala siya nung paglaki ko? Nung gumraduate ako ng grade 6, wala siya. Nung sinabitan ako ng medal. Akala ko ba
Oo.
mahal niya ako? Ganyan. Oh my God.
Ito yung
Fair
nadadala nga with
burn.
idealistic expressions.
Mm-mm.
Yung parang, I don't know, um, mayaman sila, meron siyang condo at kotse, ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Pero, never gets to spend time with the family. Ganon.
Yeah. Or they
Oo.
never... Whew. Okay.
Okay, tuloy ko muna. Being lost is the least of their concerns in case they have had to face addiction problems in their closest family or passive aggression accompanied by emotional blackmail that remains well hidden from them even when obvious to other people around them. Yun nga kasi.
So, nagkakaroon sila ng ganong tendencies.
Mm. Kasi parang sa kanila, wala lang to. Ano naman eh. Yan, I'm fine.
Oo. Tsaka yung
Conflicting
emotional
kasi yung
blackmail,
alam
iniisip
nila.
ko like, emotional blackmail. Kasi parang, you've never experienced, or you have a different experience of someone
Mm.
who wasn't there,
Oo.
but they say they love you. So ngayon, emotional blackmail ka na parang, if you love me, you have to prove it. Ganyan,
Oo,
mga ganon.
patunayan mo, bigyan mo ako ng kotse, gano'n.
Oo,
I
mga
mean, like,
ganyan.
ina-exaggerate ko lang, but that's the
Yeah, parang ganon nga. Oh,
And of
alright,
all
okay.
emotional extremes, this is one of the strongest and comes very close to the fourth house in Scorpio. Aray? So you did say it was bad, huh? Ayan. As all ancestors can be blended together into a mush that is truly difficult to understand, making a person feel detached, lost, lonely, or even depressed.
We are very sorry for this episode that turned really dark
Really dark.
towards the end. Hindi namin in-expect to. um, kung meron man kayong trauma na
Mhm.
na-open or na-touch ng ano na to, ng episode na to, we are
Mhm.
very sorry. We
Yeah.
It wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
But the flip side, or the good thing about this is, you become aware of
Yeah,
things. Kasi baka mamaya hindi mo alam na may
I
ganun
think
ka
this is
pala.
really for awareness, no? It is
Yes.
Mhm.
for
Oo.
our better understanding of how we are now, at least.
Yeah.
Actually,
It gives
minsan
a
ganun
certain
siya eh.
insight
Oo.
of our traumas in life. I think,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which,
Actually, yun
which
pa.
could be good,
Kasi
yeah.
sometimes like you go along in life not knowing that you're carrying that trauma, that
Yeah.
Well, a lot
burden.
of people do. A lot of people.
Oo, 'di ba? Na it manifests in different ways na hindi mo alam na ang root cause pala kasi is this childhood experience that you had.
Mhm.
Ganyan. Ito yung
And the way you
ano,
process that childhood experience.
yes, oo.
'Di ba?
Ito yung ano, yung ginagawa sa shadow working
Yes.
na like identifying your dark sides, your trauma and everything, and then coming to terms with it. Ganon.
Mhm.
Para at least aware ka, hindi mo na siya, pwede mo na siyang iwan, hindi mo na siya
Yeah.
dadalhin, ganyan.
Yeah.
Ganon. You get to resolve it. So, kung na kung na open namin ngayon, maybe it's a chance now to, I don't know, maybe seek some help to
Yeah.
discuss this whole thing na uh face it. Like, look at it in the face, give it a name. Yan. Ganon. Whew!
Saka ano din, parang yun nga eh. This is now you learning how to process that
Yeah.
trauma, how to
Mm-mm.
address that. Then.
Aware ka
Ah.
sa signs ngayon
Mm.
na,
Mm.
ay, nagiging ganito na ako. Ganyan. Okay. So, may iwasan mo na siya ngayon. See, people saying
Yeah.
astrology is ano, is
Mababaw.
mababaw and useless.
Parang
Ganyan.
hello.
Girl, no.
Sobrang lalim nito, ha?
Oo, this dug
Oo.
deep, like super.
Super deep. Parang akala namin eme-eme lang siya from Aries, tapos ang ganda-ganda ng Taurus,
I
ganyan.
know,
Oo.
right? It feels
Happy,
so
Tas
tapos
lucky.
padilim siya ng padilim.
it went downhill from there.
This is this whole episode is like the entire Harry Potter series.
Series. Started magical.
And it went like super dark and
Oo.
oh my goodness.
Diba?
But
Pero,
yeah.
yun nga going back lang din doon, I think, advantage of people na din, yung mga nakapag-identify ng traumas nila early on, or, who had a good support system, that's a very good advantage, I guess. And if you feel like you're there, 'di ba? Better than maybe to try to help other people out of their traumas. 'Di ba? Speak of your personal experiences. How did you come to terms with that? And you never know, somebody out there could use some advice. Kasi baka sila hindi pa nila nagagawa.
Yeah.
Oo. So, ayun. Hala, I guess I'm in an advantageous position to have overcome the half of my trauma. The first
So,
half.
ano lang
Actually.
ha, I
First
just
half.
have to say, even if
Oo.
you dealt with it, it's probably still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just you're aware and parang you, um, ano ba, nailawan mo na that shadow. That's
Yun
it.
nga eh.
But it doesn't mean that it might
It's
not
gonna
never,
go
that it will
away.
never
Oo.
go back.
It won't. It's
Oo.
Things
there.
happen, shit happens, and eventually, pwedeng maging dark uli yun. The thing
Yeah.
with this, the good thing with this is that you're actually aware of what your dark side is. Let's call it
Yes.
dark
Or
side.
what's in that dark side.
At least
Diba?
you now have an idea on how to make it, to make your life a little better again.
Yeah.
Mm.
Kaya nga, like what I said nga, give it a name. Kasi at least kilala mo na siya.
Felicia.
Oh, it's Felicia doing her stuff again.
Oo.
Okay, yung sinasabi ko kanina, yung planets ko sa 4th house. So, I have Saturn in 4th house, Sagittarius. Sabi dito, people with Saturn in the 4th house may have grown up feeling like they weren't loved by their family. View home and family matters as restrictive and burdensome. Yes. Had to take on a lot of responsibility in their childhood. Struggle with showing affection to, oh my god. They struggle with showing affection to their family and put too much pressure on themselves to be the perfect family member. Okay, so yung binigay namin, basic yon. Pero kapag nagkaroon na ng mga planetary placements dyan sa houses mo, nagkakaroon siya ng ibang ano ngayon. Dimension.
Mm-mm.
Diba?
So, if you thought it was over, there's more to our trauma.
Sabi nga dito, Saturn, view home and family matters as restrictive and burdensome. That's why gusto ko nang umalis. At mga ibang lugar. Ganyan.
Ganyan. Oo.
Ganon. Tapos,
Oo.
meron din ako Uranus in the 4th house. I feel restless with personal matters which may make me want to move often. And I need a sense of freedom and independence at home, yes.
Very
Ayoko may
you.
pumapasok sa aking kwarto. Experience unexpected ups and downs in their personal lives. And probably grew up with a feeling of coldness and detachment from their family. That's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Huwag na po natin pag-usapan yan.
Tama na. Actually, alam nyo, I think,
Ayoko halukayin yan.
we've opened enough traumas at naghalukay na tayo ng maraming ube. So, pero yun, if you have stories, if you want to talk about it, or if you need advice from Inye, who will make a music and talk episode out of it, dear Tsaa, diba? Tsaastrology at thebunkph.com. And you can also catch all of our other episodes, yung mga happier houses na umere na, no? Sa Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Just go to thebunkph.com and you'll find all of the links there. And ayun, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
Yeah.
and
The usual.
YouTube. Oo. Tsaastrology. Alam niyo na kung paano i-spell yan. Yan. Punta kayo YouTube para mapanood niyo yung mga magaganda naming pagmumukha. Ganun. Saka yung pag-iyak namin kanina, I mean, that was gold. That was real, by the way. That was real crying because of trauma. Ganyan. So, ayan, anyway, mga ka-team, maraming salamat sa pakikinig at sa panonood. We'll hear you and see you again on the next one. Ako, ang inyong astrologer na Virgo na si VP na quoting 17. I'm in trauma. It's got me singing Stuck in Trauma. Noera Buele.
Ano daw? O sige.
I just read off the lyrics.
At ako ang inyong At ako ang inyong sa astrologer na Sagittarius kasi niya. The next sabi, I'm gonna be serious about this. Your trauma is not the truth. It will never define who you really are. So yeah, just really get through life breathing and find the happiness that you deserve.
Yes, true. At ito pa yung astrologer na Lemon na si Bern na nagsasabing everybody's got a dark side. Do you love me? Can you love mine?
Kelly Clarkson.
Yes, it is. Kelly Clarkson.
Yan. Bye.
Bye.